We'll do seated and twists if you want. Yeah, seated and twists. Okay, so we have 2 more episodes to come. Shall we do the twists first and then the seated? Third episode of the seated. So we'll have to stand. Because it's progressive. Welcome back to Yogaxpress, your virtual stretch clinic that helps you move the body to still the mind. My name is Banu Suresh. I'm your host for this program. As you can see, we have 4 almost yoga addicts right here on the mat in the studios with you, back for more. From my extreme left, we have Ron Thomas. Ron, you're a producer here at M&M.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to add after what you told us yesterday?
Oh, just tune in to Big Talk at 1. It's live on Thursdays.
Live every Thursday. That's right. Yours is a live show. We're a tape show. So, you could just tape us. We're about the same time, 1:30 to 2. So
exactly the same time.
Yeah. And yours is 1 to 2, 1 hour, right? Welcome back to the show, Ron. I noticed, Ron, you have made amazing progress, not just in the stretching and the holding times, but also in the way you seem to enjoy it a lot more now.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
need
happy.
something.
Welcome back.
I got away from basketball. I got hurt, so.
I know you had a knee issue for some time, right?
Yeah, bike riding. Yeah.
Oh, that was riding a bike, not playing basketball.
Yeah, I went through this guy's back window and
Uh-oh.
this hatchback.
When you ride a bike, have you ever rammed into a tree? Because I know I've done that. I didn't know how to stop the bike.
No, one time I was going down this hill. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Didn't put the brakes on.
I put the brake on, I flipped over.
Front brake on.
Landed on a bench, and I was like,
Ouch.
and I wasn't hurt. I was like, wow, how did that happen?
Welcome back. I'm sure your shows would be as interesting as your personal life as well. So watch Ron's show, Big Talk, every Thursday, 1 to 2 p.m. And you're
Yeah,
live, so
it's
you
always-
take calls.
They like to talk politics all the time, so.
So if you like to play politics or talk politics,
Well, we
get
talked
in touch
about
with
the
Ron.
high cost of college and how it's becoming a racket and people are going into servitude just to go to school.
Right, and they're indebted to banks for life.
Yeah, and
Okay,
their
I better not
parents,
tell people where my husband works.
They used to put $1,500 in their pockets when they went to school.
Ouch. Welcome back to the show, Ron. To Ron's right and my immediate left, we have Jeff D'Amico. Jeff, you're a personal trainer.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your experience after yesterday? A little bit of stretching that we got in yesterday.
It was challenging.
It was
Yeah, it
challenging.
was. I mean, I felt like I was losing my balance.
You
I
feel
feel like
like
I need to work at it. With time it's going to become. But I felt, it wasn't as. I didn't think it was going to be easy, but it was, a little challenging to keep my balance. And like I said, I'm very tight.
Right.
From working out.
From working out at
yesterday,
the
I worked
gym.
my legs in the gym. So today.
Can you see yourself using these stretches with
Without
your
a doubt.
clients?
Without a doubt. Yeah.
Can. You probably already
Absolutely.
use many of the
I've done
stretches.
similar ones, but
Right.
I would do the stretching like I would stretch them physically.
Right.
Otherwise, not
Oh,
side by
okay.
side. I would,
Well, that's a good thing you brought that up because in yoga, what we do, yoga is a very independent activity.
Right.
So it's each body, you know your body best, so no one would touch me to push me into a posture.
Right.
That's the great balance between gym and yoga too, because in yoga, what we do, one of the 5 principles, the main principles of yoga is gravity. So we use body gravity to
Right.
take us deeper into postures. We use breath exhaling, a lot of exhales when we want to go deep into a posture.
right.
Of course, there are little tips we talked about the other day. Inhale up, exhale down. So you have all those little tips. But I'm glad. So you see yourself using some of these stretches?
Absolutely.
Now you know you can give it a name, right? Where do you
I'm not going to remember the names, though.
No, you don't have to. Where do you train? In Staten
Oh,
Island?
yeah, I do personally, privately on Staten Island.
Maybe
I'm
we
not
should
with a
have you on
gym
the show
anymore.
one
I used to
day.
work in downtown in the gym.
Right.
And now I'm trying to get, on my own and build up my clientele.
Wonderful.
So if you're looking to train,
That's right. We'll have you on the show
The
one
barter
day in that
system.
way. Barter system.
Yeah.
So I teach you yoga, you train me at the gym. Well done.
There you go.
And for viewers at home, I'm sure Jeff will come. You will come on the show one day. We'll have you come on as part of a wellness panel. Maybe you can teach people the,
Absolutely.
the balance between the yoga and the gym moves. Yoga posture and gym moves. Welcome back to the show,
you.
Jeff.
Thank you.
To my extreme right, we have Rafael Sanz with those wonderful tattoos. Rafael,
How you doing?
anything more you'd like to add from yesterday?
I forgot to mention that I will be on One Life to Live January 3rd.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
I think by the time, just about the time we're going to air this.
Yeah, it should be
Wonderful.
next week. I'm in a scene with the actor that plays John McBain and the actor that plays Bo Buchanan. So,
How
that's
can
pretty good.
people, can they get tickets online?
For
for your shows?
For my play, The Michaels.
For your
Are-
plays?
They have to go to the website. The Michaels are out of control.
The Michaels are out
The
of
Michaels
control.
are out of control, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back to the show, Rafael. It's always a pleasure to have you back. You and your tattoos.
My tattoos, thank you.
Jill Johnson, welcome back. Jill is CEO of Weibo, Workshop and Business Opportunities. It's a kind of a mini MBA. So Jill, is there anything else you'd like to add from yesterday before we sort of deluge you with our questions?
Sure. One of the things that we have coming up, I mentioned yesterday the legal clinic. There is a legal clinic coming up at the very beginning of January. Again, a great opportunity for free. You have to put a $10 deposit just so we ensure that you show up for your appointment.
Right, right.
But it is a great opportunity to get legal expertise and advice on a range of different topics. You have to
Right.
submit your need in advance, and then you get to sit down for 30 minutes or so and talk with an attorney. So I
Wonderful.
really want to make sure that people take advantage of that.
Yeah, well, there are other attorneys out there where just to breathe or even to speak to them on the phone, the meter starts ticking, and here you folks are giving it all for free.
Yeah, well, legal is one of the main things that gets people tripped up.
Right,
And,
right.
and if they don't have a good contract or they don't have their rental lease reviewed, it could really mean bad things for their business going forward.
Right,
So,
right. I
Yes.
remember thinking, sorry, go on.
That's death for the business, huh?
Yeah.
absolutely.
I remember thinking when I took the Weibo classes, I thought to myself at the end of the classes I'd set up my own business. Right now I'm happy, I'm living my dream, but what I found, even though I did not actually start my own business, I found it has helped me think in a very structured way. So should I decide to start a business, say 5 years from now, these principles that you share with us, these tips and techniques you share with us in the Weibo classes are probably only going to get better and better every year. And they're still going to be very constant,
Oh,
correct?
absolutely. I mean, the basic principles of business are the same.
They don't change, yeah.
Whenever you start a business. And I would say that it does help you to think differently.
Right.
One of the things that I also share with people all the time is that sometimes going through a structured program and doing a business plan to then decide that you should not open your business
Right.
can be even more valuable than figuring out how to start it. There are a lot
Right,
of people
right.
who start businesses that are ill-conceived, they don't have a good business model, and the economics just don't work. They sink their hard-earned money and their savings into the business, and only for the business to fail when it was a flawed model from the beginning. And if they
Right.
had taken the time to really plan things out, they would have known that. So, for some people, it can really save them
Yeah.
a lot of money and heartache and headache to go through the class and then say, well, this is not quite for me right now.
Right, that's another way. Also, it could be that they're not ready for it just at that time, and maybe sometime in the future. I also noticed that in some of my classes, we had some of the students had already been in business for a while.
Yes, yes.
And they're doing extremely well, but they were there for certain components of your Weibo classes. the
Absolutely.
Accounting.
And one of the things that most entrepreneurs should really think about is that they know what they know. So they know how to bake a cake or, do whatever it is they do.
Right.
But just because you know how to bake a cake doesn't mean that you know all the other components of the business.
that
And so if
business,
you're
right.
planning to open a bakery, it's just as important that you know marketing and not necessarily how to do everything yourself, but
Right.
you at least know the direction so that you can give oversight to others who might be doing the work for you. It's just as important to know about that as it is, in fact, almost more so than it is to know about baking the cake itself.
Right, right. A lot of the times when you have company MDs, for example, the MD doesn't necessarily know everything that goes on. Or in a bank, for example, the CEO doesn't have to know everything from telling to
You have to know
ledgers
how to
or
manage, figure out the
Exactly.
strategy
Right, people
and the
skills.
direction and create the vision. And most importantly, to find the right resources. And that's what Weibo really helps you to do, is to figure out the resources that you need and to connect with the right resources.
The part that I used to not like very much, and I think that was because I wasn't very good at it, was the accounting part. And I still ask myself, why does every debit have to have a credit? And my husband's a banker, so he says it just is. Gentlemen, any questions for Jill before we start stretching?
Do you find more people are taking your classes now in these harsh economic times?
Yeah, there is more need now than ever before. Again, as we kind of were talking about on the last show, people are having a difficulty finding jobs. There have been a lot of people that have been out of work for a very long time. And then in many of the underserved communities, you do have people that are chronically unemployed and people who may be returning home from prison, being incarcerated. And it's more difficult now than to find a job even before. And so self-employment, starting your own business, can be a terrific avenue to have some sort of gainful employment, even if it is just a supplemental income. Yeah, in fact, I want to mention that we do have special programs for veterans as well as for people that were formerly incarcerated.
Oh, that's
We
good.
certainly want to recognize the tremendous service
Difficulty that
that
they-
veterans have given to this
Right,
country, and we
right.
want to, give them some additional support. So we do have
You're
some
pulling out all the stops.
programs
That's
for veterans.
wonderful. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's good to know that, just because you've had, well, let's say someone has been incarcerated and you've had a bit of bad luck in the past, it doesn't mean there's no future. So
No,
there's
absolutely,
always
and we
Weibo
have
actually
to
gives that.
we have to offer people a way to reintegrate successfully
Yes.
into the workforce and to create employment for themselves and for others. And again, what better way than to own your own business and to really
That's
take
right.
responsibility for your future.
It's about self-esteem, retraining. Talking about retraining, we are going to teach our viewers how to retrain neglected muscle groups. But before we do that, I'd like to thank our wonderful crew, Josiane Hurd, our director. We have Anne-Marie Arthur on camera, and Josiane is being assisted in the control room by Leonard Harper and Chris Williams. Under Richard's guidance, and Richard Swanson is responsible for these amazing gobos and the studio lights and settings. If we're ready to stretch, let's all stand up. And Ron, this episode is for you. We're going to do a few twists, but tomorrow's episode will be mostly for you. You wanted to do some seated. So let's start with some standing twists. We're not going into the classical twists in that we're not only going to twist the abdominal region. What we're going to do is see if we can compact the obliques. Is that correct? The obliques on the sides of our waist. So we're going to take our viewers into postures that will help compact one side at a time. Let's all turn to face the front left of the mat. And this time I'm going to stagger myself. I'm going to have Jill and Jeff come forward. Ron, Rafael, and I will go back. And bring your legs out about 3 feet apart. First, put your brakes on, so bring your toes in. You want to make sure, now, viewers at home, if you notice that Jill and Jeff have got socks on, remember, if you want to keep your socks on, that's fine. Just know, that's right. Jill has rubber dots, and so does Jeff. He doesn't want to lift his leg up, but he's got rubber dots. You want to make sure that there's some traction under your feet, so you want to be nice and safe. Being safe about your stretches is more important than getting really deep into the posture. So once your feet are nice and secure, bring your right foot out so that the heel of the right foot is at a T with the inner sole of the left foot. Turn your upper body to face the side of your mat. Inhale, bring your arms up to shoulder height, palms facing down. Lean a little bit to your right. Exhale, dip your right hand in front of your right ankle. Left arm goes all the way up. Now, if you feel that this is a little bit of a challenge, you can wiggle your right foot further away from the other foot. So you want to bring your feet further apart. Look up at the raised arm. Both palms face forward. You should feel a wonderful compacting of your obliques on the right side of your waist, and the left side of your body, whole body gets a wonderful stretch. So your abductor muscles on the outside of your upper left thigh, your obliques on the left side, and you get a beautiful tricep stretch as well. Inhale, let's come up. Arms at shoulder height. I heard someone give a deep exhale. Bring your right foot in, turn your left foot out. We're going to look away. Going to look away from the cameras for just a moment. Turn to look at the tip of your fingers in the left hand. This posture is called Trikonasana. Trikon is three corners. Corners, literally three corners or triangle. Lean a little to your left. Exhale. Dip your left hand in front of your left ankle. Right arm goes all the way up. So you want to make sure that the heel of the left foot is at a T with the inside of your right arch. Hold. Look up at the tip of your fingers on the right hand. Inhale. Let's come up. Turn the left foot in. Keep your feet where they are. This time we're going to take this posture one step deeper. Turn your right foot out again. Turn the left foot in. Exhale. Bend the right knee. Remember what we said about exhaling into your posture when it gets a little difficult? Keep exhaling. Keep exhaling. Dip your right hand in front of the right ankle. This time take your left arm all the way up and then challenge yourself further. Take your left arm all the way overhead. Palm faces down. Jeff, in case you feel blindsided, feel free to look at the monitor. I know you're new to the show. And Jill, too, I think you're doing okay. I'm in front of you, Jill.
I'll just follow around.
It's fine, as long as you feel the stretch. Inhale, let's come up.
I feel it.
You feel it, right? Now unbend your right knee, turn your right foot in, turn the left foot out. Lean a little to your left, exhale, bend the left leg at the knee. This posture right where we are is called Veera Bhadra or brave warrior. Veera is brave, Bhadra is soldier or warrior. Keep exhaling. Dip your left arm in front of your left ankle. Take your right arm all the way up. Jeff, you're very tall. You could actually bring your right foot further out. That's it. Keep going. Take your right arm all the way up. Palms, both palms face forward. Now challenge yourself. Take your right arm all the way overhead. Palm faces down. Look up. Look at the tip of your fingers on the right hand. You should feel a delicious stretch on the whole right side of the body. Inhale. Let's come up. Both arms at shoulder height. Straighten your left knee. Turn your left foot in. Exhale. Bring your palms down. Wiggle your feet a little closer. We're going to turn to face the front of the mat. Heels are together. Toes slightly apart. I'm going to stagger myself back. Palms in front of your chest. Take your elbows out to the side. You didn't think you could sweat stretching, did you, Jeff?
No.
Rafael? You neither. How do you feel, Jill? Feels good, right?
Feels good.
She's a natural.
She is very comfortable.
And she has 4 children, 4 boys.
We forgot to ask that. That's right. Inhale. Take your arms all the way up. Now, once your arms are up there, wiggle your biceps behind your ears. You want to make sure you strengthen your low back. So engage your low back muscles. Tilt your pelvis forward just a little bit. Here's what we're going to do. Ardha Chandra. Ardha is half. Chandra is moon. Literally, we're going to sway from side to side, looking like a crescent moon. Exhale to the right. It's okay if you go the other way. You can just do it the other side. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, bring your arms out in front of your chest, palms facing down, elbows are raised. Bring your feet out about 6 to 8 inches apart. We're going to take our viewers through a posture called Kati Chakra. Kati is cut off or swinging. Chakra is wheel. So we're going to make a kind of a semi-circular move with the right hand and then the left. As we do that, as we bring our right arm out, we're going to exhale. Make sure you keep your hips where they are. We'll do this posture twice. The second time we take our hips with us. Exhale to the right. Swing your right arm out. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back to the center. Now you want to make sure that the insides of your feet are parallel to each other. So you put your brakes on, and this time you're putting your brakes on not so you won't slip, but just so you get more out of your stretch. This time take your hips with you. Exhale to the right. And see how much further you go. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale to the left so Jeff doesn't hit me. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale and relax. The next posture is Parsva Kona Namaskara. Bring your right foot in front of you. Parsva is intense, Kona is corner or twist, Namaskara is prayer. Intense prayer twist. Your left foot goes all the way back. Both feet face the front of the mat. Exhale, bend both your knees, place the left knee on the floor. And then uncurl your toes on the left foot. We had this discussion, if you remember, Rafael, and I know Ron probably does remember. The reason we keep the tops of our feet flat in yoga and a lot of the postures is so there would be less pressure on the knees. And you can vouch for that, Jeff, right?
Absolutely.
So if there's more pressure as you feel it, right, already?
Yeah.
And there's more pressure on the knees. So you can keep your toes curled in. If you want, it helps you stay steady. But I would risk that. I would take a chance on that and not hurt my knees. So if I keep my feet flat, less pressure on the knees. And as we grow older, there's less of the synovial fluid below the kneecap, so there's more pressure on the knees. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to wiggle our right foot forward just a little bit. Exhale and dip. You may remember this from yesterday's sun salutation. Inhale the left arm up. Now for the twist. Exhale, dip your left elbow over the right. We like to call this the Yogaxpress twist. Place your right palm on top of the left. Actually, Jill, you haven't been with us too long on this show, but the sun salutation typically, no, you're doing fine. I was just trying to recall something. Typically, the sun salutation, the only muscle group it does not address are the obliques. So in Yogaxpress, we decided to complete that sequence, and we included this twist.
The twist.
Inhale. Let's come out of that. And let's switch legs. Let's take the right leg back. Bring the left foot forward. Uncurl your toes in the right foot. Wiggle your left foot forward a little more. Exhale and dip. So we unofficially patented this posture. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, dip your right elbow over the left knee. This posture does involve some balance, so watch out. Place your left palm on top of your right. Look up at the raised elbow and hold. Parsva Kona Namaskara. Intense prayer twist. Inhale. Let's come down on our hands and knees in Marjarya or cat. Marjarya literally translates to the animal, the cat, in Sanskrit. Now you want to keep, once again, remember, if you want to keep your toes curled in, that's fine. Just know that there's a little more pressure on your knees. But this posture does involve keeping your toes curled in, and then we uncurl our toes as well. So for the beginning of this posture, knees are directly below the hips. Hands are directly below the shoulders. Toes are curled in, fingers are nicely splayed. You want to bring your elbows in. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to inhale. This posture, especially in this posture, it's a wonderful undulating motion of the spine, so you get a beautiful release and a stretch. We're going to inhale, dip our torso, lift our chin, chest, and buttocks up. And then as we exhale, we'll uncurl the toes, arch our back. Just like a cat. Inhale and dip. Josiane, this posture is for you. I know Josiane, our director, loves this posture. Exhale, arch your back, uncurl your toes. Let's try that one more time to redeem ourselves. Curl your toes in. Inhale, dip your torso, lift your chin, chest, and buttocks. Uncurl your toes, arch your back. Let's all come in seated position, the master of all twists. Ardha Matsyendra. Ardha is half, Matsya is fish, Matsendra, Lord of the Fishes. Half Lord of the Fishes or half spinal twist. In North America, they have a name, an English name for everything. Tuck your left heel under your right buttock. Cross your right foot over the left knee. Now remember, for viewers at home, if you're stretching with us, either at home, in the studios, or at work, wherever you are, it's okay for you not to go too deep into the stretch as long as you feel the intensity of the posture. We're all at different levels. You might find Jill might go deeper into a posture. Some of us may go just halfway, but that's okay. You should feel the stretch. Now your right knee is up. Push your right knee in with your right hand. I'm using my left hand as well. Torque your upper body to the right. So you want to make sure the front, that's right, you're already quarter way there. So half spinal twist. Now, here's what we're going to do. Hold on to the right knee with your right hand. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, dip the left elbow over the right knee. I'm going to help myself and try to hold on to my left knee. Now, if you don't make that connection, that's okay. You can hold on to some part, maybe hold on to your shorts or some part of your body. You don't want to leave yourself suspended in midair. Take the right hand behind
That's all
you.
right.
Wherever you are is fine. You can hold on to some part of your garment and turn to look back. Now, if you find the stretch gets a little intense, wiggle your right foot forward. That takes a little bit of the tension away. As you get more and more confident in this posture, bring your right hand closer to your body. Turn to look back. You should feel a wonderful twist of your obliques on the right side. Inhale, release. The left hand first. Let's untangle our legs. Let's switch legs. We have a couple of minutes left, so we might be able to sneak in about 2 or 3 postures. Tuck your right heel under your left buttock. Cross your left foot over the right knee. We're not done yet, Jeff.
Oh, God. Like a pretzel.
That's what I said, the pretzel stretch.
Right. This is actually the queen or king of all stretches. Push your left knee in. Torque your upper body to the left. Inhale the right arm up. And I find that one side of the body is more flexible, responds more. Dip your right elbow over your left. You can either hold on to your right knee or some part of your garment, your shorts, and then take your left hand behind you. Turn to look back. Ardha Matsendra, half spinal twist. Hold it. Inhale, release. Release the hands first. Extend the left leg out in front of you. This is a posture we're talking about, Janu Sirsha. Fold your right leg in, attach the sole of the right foot to the inside of your upper left thigh. Bring your right knee down to the ground. Well done. A lot of folks who practice in the gym are not able to get the knees down. That's good. Good job. You look comfortable too. Now, inhale the arms up to shoulder height, palms facing down. Keep inhaling. Take your arms all the way overhead, palms facing in. You're going to turn to look at the extended leg, to face the extended leg. Exhale, fold from the hip. Janu is knee, Sirsha is head. Now, if your hands do not reach your toes, that's okay. Make the connection. Place your hands at your ankles, your shin, even your knees. If you're able to get your hands over the soles of your feet, give yourself a little bit of a massage. Remember, the nerves that end in your big toes lead to the eyes, so you're actually giving yourself a massage for the optic nerves. Inhale, let's come up. And then extend the right leg out. Bring the left leg in. Touch the sole of the left foot to the inside of the upper right thigh. Turn to face the extended leg. Exhale and fold. While we're holding this posture, I'd like to thank our crew. Anne-Marie Offer on camera, Leonard Harper and Chris Williams assisting Josiane Hurd, our director, under Richard's guidance, and Richard Swanson's setting right here in the studio as our facilitator. Thank you so much for making this episode happen. On behalf of Rafael Sanz, Jill Johnson, Jeff D'Amico, and Ron Thomas, this is Banu Suresh signing off. You are watching Yogaxpress. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and release. Extend your left leg out. We're allowed, Josiane, our director, gives us a couple of extra minutes, so let's avail of that luxury. Extend both your legs out in front of you. Your feet are flexed. Place both your palms beside your left hip. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to exhale and dip our torso to